Is that camera running? I think the camera's running.
Oh, that camera is running. Hi, I'm Brad.
And I'm Amanda with PowerFamily.life.
We just wanted to take a moment and let you know what's coming up next. We decided this last family vacation to start recording our power sessions.
Power sessions are a time that our family comes together and we encourage one another in our relationship goals, our business goals, and our spiritual life. And we encourage each other to move forward, and we challenge one another to come up higher. You know, my confession is I haven't kept up with my Bible reading verses either. And not either.
I'm pretty sure we could all make that confession.
On the other hand, I have some news. One of my investor went on ahead and was fixing his taxes, and that'll exponentially increase the amount that he's able to come into the business or not. So it's great. He's working on things on his end, and then he's actually setting aside some money so that I can get the LLC that we need. And we're actually, when he's coming to town this coming week, his job in Virginia kind of came to an end.
Virginia?
He was in Virginia,
Okay.
Pennsylvania-ish areas, like all around.
Yeah.
But he's actually coming back. And he's going to be back and forth doing all that stuff. So he's going to be in town. He's probably going to stop by and do some brainstorming as to kind of putting things into perspective for it to actually move ahead, and we plan on moving forward with it within the next 6 months.
Cool.
That's awesome.
That's awesome.
Good news.
My confession part of this here would be like it's been hard to keep the faith because you see so many things happen around you and it doesn't seem to add up. You know what I'm saying? Like if you run the numbers on my end, it doesn't add up. And it's not just because you don't have faith in people or anything like that. None of that's the reason why. The reason is like you're producing something is going to come out of this. There's an end game for this year. And how do you get there? And so like step 1, 2, and 3, you're trying to plan that stuff out and you don't see ends meeting. And so that's the part that I've had to like tell myself, no, it takes time, develop it. You can do this, put your heart into it. And it'll happen. I promise you it will. That's not a deal, but it's just like hard to keep your mind wrapped around the idea of it.
It's hard to sometimes just be like, Shannon and I were talking one time about being in the meantime, just waiting and waiting to see the things come to fruition. And a lot of times we have to stop and remember that God is our provider, not our job, not whatever thing that we're pursuing. Our job is not our source, but God is our source. And we fall into humanity and just don't kind of get stuck, I think, in humanity. I get stuck in humanity. And I find myself sometimes not feeding on the word sometimes like I need to, and then that's when I find that I let things bother me, whether it's stuff from work or stuff from home, or maybe mine and Dad's focus isn't like together. It takes work. I mean, marriage takes work anyway, but sometimes it's really simply your own fault that you just have taken your focus off of the source, and the source is Christ. And if you don't have your complete focus there, then sometimes it's
like that's kind of what the substance of faith is. It's like seeing something that seems impossible, it's invisible right now, but then it happens and it actually like physically comes to you. Like you still have to believe it is going to happen, and you still have to put your mind, body, and soul behind that, even though it's not bearing fruit for me right now. Even though I have to invest all this time into it, or put into on paper like this is what we're going to do, stuff like that, and we have to still. That's the part, that's the hardest part. Is sometimes you have to invest at first,
and we have to invest time.
We have to.
I think it's pretty important to also know if that's where your life is heading, then it's also very important, as you know, to understand that there are challenges that are going to come with that.
Yeah.
And that almost always you'll have the hardest challenge right before your breakthrough.
Of course.
Yeah. And you're not gonna become an amazing producer without putting the time into it.
Yeah.
Whatever you want to become, you have to.
It'll be as successful as you allow it.
Like Ryan is, working toward real estate, and he's not gonna become an amazing real estate agent by not spending time learning about that profession and learning about, going into that. Or, even Kim doing photography, she's spending time, and she was listening to a video a couple weeks ago, and I'm like, good Lord, the girl that she was listening to, I'm like, she's just, I don't know, she probably should be a preacher's wife or something, because she's preaching to me sitting over there. I'm sitting over here on my computer. She's listening to her video, and I'm like, who are you listening to? Like, I probably should be listening to this girl. And it wasn't all just about photography, obviously, it was about just making a better you and stuff. I mean, it was about photography. What she was listening to was about photography. But, we have to be better versions of ourselves. We don't need to be a better version of somebody else.
Yeah.
Right. We need to be better versions of ourselves.
And like you said, it's very important if you want to know what's valuable to you to see where you spend your time.
Yeah. Yeah. Sure. Yeah.
That's a perfect correlation of what's valuable to you.
Yeah.
What you value.
And it may be, you may have a job wherever that is outside, and you have to spend time doing that because that's the job that you're given right now. That's what you have to spend time doing. That's what you have to spend time on because, well, they're paying you a salary, and it's a job. But whatever you are, wherever you see your life going, whatever you want to invest yourself in, that's what you have to take your time outside of that and put into whatever, that is. Brittany and I were talking the other day, and Brittany has some great ideas for herself, where she feels like the Lord's called her. No. And I told her, I said, I said, you take that and, where the Lord's, on Cheetos. Hashtag Cheeto chip. Daddy's hair. But I said, you have to take that and make that part of your confession. Part of what you believe, part of where you believe you're headed to. And, because she was like, well, I never really even thought about that. And, Ryan's job currently is something that was spoken into existence, was created from the words that were spoken. The job that he does right now. It wasn't even available to him, but it did not exist. But because of the power of words, it became what it is now. So that's what I was telling Brittany. I said, if that can happen, even though it took time, longer time than what we had when he first started talking about it. It took longer time than what, any of us really anticipated. For those who could see. Hey, stop. Who knows how much time that exactly will take, but the Lord knows, it's an important thing, and he put that desire in her heart. So she now has to speak that to become the reality that she wants it to be. Where's your video stuff coming, Savannah? Oh, why did I? You have mine ready, right?
Yeah.
I saw a post that said you were going to make it go live.
Yeah.
Or you did make it go live?
No, I'm making it go live on Friday.
Ooh, that's exciting. And then you have another one ready to go, or you'll be making another one to be ready to go?
Well, I have a couple made, but they have to be edited and looked over, so there'll be one ready for the next Friday.
So you're going to do them each Friday?
Yes.
That's awesome.
At 1 p.m.
It's an awesome goal.
We've talked
Even if I have to
before
roll into the couch.
about actually warehousing a couple videos back.
That'd be good.
Before you launch your channel, because you do not want to launch a channel, launch videos, and something happened and you miss a week.
Yeah.
It's much better to be consistent, so have a couple warehouse in the back room.
Yeah, I
That's
agree.
exactly
That
why
way
I
in
learned
case
I haven't
you got a blip.
published artists yet.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
As soon as we start, we're going to be consistent and hit that 2 video per week deadline every
Yeah.
single week.
Oh,
That's where I messed up with the whole blogging thing, because
Yeah.
I had a bunch ready,
Yeah.
and then I had already scheduled them out, but I didn't
Yeah.
take my time to okay, I have them scheduled to this day, so I need to make sure there's some more posts too.
So on this
I
day,
really
I need
wanted
to
to
make
do,
more, yeah.
well, and I had intended to do, some posts about our trip and about, but what I should have done is just gone ahead and had them ready. Who cares if they're a week behind? I'm not gonna beat myself up because of that. I'm just going
Yeah,
to
that's
be
the
more
thing, like,
consistent to,
Especially when you're putting something out there that you're creating yourself.
yeah.
Whether it be videos or blog posts or whatever, it's a very congested field.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
tons and tons of people
Yeah.
doing it. And
Yeah.
people today can be very fickle. All it takes is one bad experience sometimes, and people just leave your stuff forever and never come
Right,
back.
sure.
Because they can go somewhere else and they know that this person puts something out every week and they don't stop. I mean, but it does also help very much, like what you were saying with yourself, and it helps put you in that professional mindset.
Yeah.
Basically, there's YouTubers that always have a set schedule, and their subscribers look forward to that content. Basically, that's what the is saying, is that they look forward to that content, and right when it goes live, people hop on and want to watch it. Right then and there.
Right.
And that's what you want.
So have you put a date out
Yes.
and already advertised that you're,
Friday. All right, Friday.
Yes, Friday, 3/1/19.